Next up, Hang the DJ. Like rock music, the modern DJ's roots lie in black culture, where it was all started before being sent out into the world to be stylised and refined into an art form. The modern DJ can command astronomical fees to go along with his now rock star status, which isn't bad for just putting on a few records of an evening. So why not let Hang the DJ explain to you how it all began?
I don't think any DJ has got the right to compare himself with John Lennon or Paul McCartney or Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, for that matter.
The difference between me and John Lennon is John Lennon comes from Liverpool, England. I come from, Queens, New York. I grew up with an entirely different set of musical influences. I grew up with Latin, with jazz. And yeah, I did grow up with some Beatles and rock and roll, so I'm still gonna throw a little bit of that in.
Now, DJs are bigger than fucking pop stars. They're like, footballers and DJs are the 90s rock and roll. They are the rock and roll stars.
Hang the DJ starts with a fatuous division between a Luddite Scouser fan of conventional music like the Beatles and the emergent dance hip-hop culture, which is bizarre because there he is dressed head to foot in hip-hop gear. So he's not bought into the culture, but inadvertently bought into the couture. Anyway, it's a somewhat lame pedestrian account of the rise of DJ as celebrity, but it doesn't delve, doesn't go deep enough, and doesn't give us the essential peripheral information we need. The socio-political demographic of the fans and the audience, for instance, and the sex and the drugs and the beats per minute.
This is mainly an American showcase for talent, but stuff from France, Spain and Holland. Even Carl Cox gets his little bit in for Britain. The sections on house, hip-hop and jungle, and all their many subdivisions.
Junior, the one and only. He's a mixed master.
He makes me wet.
Fat boy Slim, he's just jive bunny as far as I'm concerned. But don't get me wrong, when this music first percolated out of the ghettos and the projects, it was truly innovative. But my father was a disc jockey for over 30 years, and it wasn't until this was taken over and appropriated by the middle classes that it became an art form, rather than someone just putting records on a turntable. So now every single Miles, Giles, Matt, Sam, Jack, Jake and John in further education are failing their history of art and philosophy degrees because they're too busy spending their time in some suitably distressed underground club, spinning the wheels of steel till 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk on heavily subsidised lager. Hang the DJ is out to buy from March the 27th.